Happy summertime, friends. I am so excited to share with you today our second popsicle recipe of the summer season. If you missed the first recipe, I'll have the video for that linked in the description box below, so make sure you check it out because you definitely won't want to miss it. We are truly embracing summertime around here because I enjoyed a beautiful summer morning picking fresh strawberries with my family, and I thought, what better way to embrace summer than to turn some of those fresh strawberries into homemade popsicles. Today's recipe is a banana strawberry coconut popsicle. Extremely good and very refreshing, perfect for these warm, sunny summer afternoons. Without further ado, let's jump into this fun summer recipe. My name is Bethany. Welcome to Joyful Habits. Summertime. It truly is such a beautiful, vibrant time of year. I enjoy the vibrant greens and flowers blooming, the wildlife that comes out to play. I love the longer days and beautiful sunrises with songbirds. Summer mornings are so joyous with bright sunshine streaming in through your window and birds singing. It really just makes me want to jump out of bed and get excited for the day. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about a sunny summer morning that makes me say, let's have fun today. I love the feeling of the warm summer breeze washing over me and through my hair. I love to garden and to wear fun dresses and sun hats. And who doesn't daydream of packing a picnic, laying a blanket out in the grass, and spending a lazy afternoon reading your favorite book? Fun weekend road trips with the windows down and music loud, and feeling the sun on my skin. It really just makes me grateful because I know that all too soon winter will set in and I'll be mostly inside with no sunshine at all. I also truly appreciate this time of year because I'm able to step outside without having to bundle up with 85 layers and heavy boots. Being able to instead just slip on some sandals or even walk around barefoot in the grass, it's just something I really appreciate. And nothing beats the feeling of, after a long day having fun outdoors, coming home, taking a shower, putting on clean pajamas, and climbing into clean bed sheets with your windows wide open, allowing the fresh summer evening air to dance about as you drift off to sleep with a smile on your face. I love the magic of summer nights, spotting fireflies, hearing crickets out my window, stargazing, and sitting by a campfire on a cool summer evening to stay warm. So, in celebration of summer, I thought what could be more classic than some strawberry picking and homemade popsicles. So diving into this recipe, all we need are 4 simple ingredients. I'll have the recipe with exact measurements in the description box below. I love not only how simple and delicious this recipe is, but also how healthy it is. Many of the fruit popsicles you see in the store have tons of sugar, preservatives, flavorings, dyes, and other ingredients that are just unnecessary and not great for our health. So I really love making these at home because I know exactly what goes into them, and I know I'm feeding my family delicious treats that will keep us healthy and energetic to enjoy the summer. These strawberries are from when my family and I went strawberry picking one morning, and it was so lovely. Not too hot, a nice gentle breeze, peaceful and quiet, and strawberries galore. Next ingredient is honey. Now if you can find honey from a local beekeeper or farmer's market, all the better. Or maybe you're lucky enough to be a beekeeper yourself. If we have anyone watching who's a beekeeper, definitely say hi in the comments and share with us what that's like. Our third ingredient is banana. Any type of banana will do, but do keep in mind that the more ripe it is, the sweeter it will be. And finally, our coconut milk. Now the original recipe calls for a full can of coconut milk. I had this small bit of coconut milk left over, and even though it's not enough, I decided to just go with it because if I opened another can of coconut milk, I wouldn't need it all, and then I would be stuck with a small amount of milk that once again needed to be used up, if that makes sense. So when you're making your popsicles, you'll want to add more milk than you see me adding here. But honestly, they still turned out great, and that's the other great thing about this recipe is that it's not an exact science. So if you add more or less strawberries, or more or less milk, or less honey, or more honey, it really doesn't matter, and it's still going to turn out pretty good. Now today, I'll be using a blender to mix up our ingredients. But if you're in a pinch, you could combine these ingredients by hand. It may just be a little more chunky versus a smooth puree. But honestly, you might even prefer to have some strawberry and banana chunks in your popsicle. So if you do mix all this by hand, I would personally mash the banana and strawberries with a fork or a potato masher type thing before adding the coconut milk and the honey. I think that would make everything mix the best. But regardless, either by hand or with a blender, it will work fine, and you'll just have slightly different consistencies based on your method. Once all our ingredients are combined, we'll blend them up until everything is nice and smooth. Then we're going to add the mixture to our popsicle molds. Now because these molds are silicone and bendy, I put them on a large cutting board before I fill them up. That way it is easier for me to transfer them to and from the freezer without spilling anything. I would love to find one of those plastic-free popsicle molds that are fully metal. However, I've yet to find one with good reviews, so if you know of one or you have one that's worked out great for you, definitely let me know in the comments because I would definitely be interested. In the meantime, however, I found this one and it works pretty well. I like the lid, and I like that they're laying flat instead of vertical, which makes it easier to decorate the popsicles. It's also very easy to remove the popsicles once they're frozen. If you don't have a popsicle mold, or like me prefer plastic-free and have yet to find a plastic-free option, you can also just fill dishes you have in your kitchen, like bowls or small water glasses, place them in the freezer, and once the mixture is starting to harden, you put the popsicle sticks in. Then you place them back in the freezer to continue freezing. There are all kinds of ways to get creative and work with what you have on hand. So once we place the popsicle sticks and fill the molds with our banana strawberry coconut mixture, we then place the lid on and carry our cutting board to the freezer. I would freeze these for a minimum of 4 hours, but honestly, I find just letting them sit overnight works best. Which, because I was in a hurry to try and film this video, I did not take my own advice and I pulled them out of the freezer after only like 3 hours. On top of that, we're in the middle of a heat wave, and so yeah, you'll notice in later footage that these popsicles are very quickly melting. So let your popsicles freeze thoroughly and don't do what I did. Although honestly, it probably wouldn't actually be a problem if you were just taking one out to eat it like a normal person. But because I was laying them all out and trying to make them look pretty and get all this footage, yeah, it gave them ample time to melt. So I guess just put them in the freezer for however long you want, because you're probably not planning to lay them out on the table during a heat wave and photograph them for half an hour like I did. I really did have fun decorating for this one though. That checkered tablecloth and napkins you see in the background I found at a thrift store for $4 a few years ago. And I love these paper sandwich bags that I'm placing the popsicles on. They're non-toxic and unbleached, which is something I really appreciate. The picnic basket was another thrift store find. I think I got it for something like $10 or $15. The wooden measuring cups and spoons came from a store called Hobby Lobby, but I did find similar ones online and I put the link for them in the description box below. And I just put a few extra strawberries about, and there we go. We have some classic looking summer popsicles. Well friends, I hope you have enjoyed today's video and I hope it has inspired you for summer and put a smile on your face. If you did enjoy the video, I would be so grateful if you would take the time to hit the like button and say hi in the comments below. I always appreciate hearing from my Joyful Habits friends. And if you're not already part of the Joyful Habits community, please consider subscribing and hanging out with me again. If you missed our first summer popsicle recipe, don't forget to go check that out. It's a chocolate maple mocha popsicle, and I'll have the video for that linked in the description box below. Also, don't forget this was only the second of 3 recipes, so we still have one more fun summer recipe coming very soon. So make sure you have that notification bell on and you're keeping an eye out. As always friends, my name is Bethany and this is Joyful Habits, where we daydream and add a touch of whimsy to the ordinary. I'll see you all very soon, and until then, keep smiling. Bye friends!